Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for joining in this very important update here on price action of Bitcoin. As we can see, guys, things are looking very interesting after President Trump delays EU tariffs until July 9th. Yes guys, Trump delays EU tariffs until July 9th. European markets rally. Not just only the European market, even the crypto market rallied after this news. And what's even more interesting is the upcoming event for this week. Yes guys, here are some corporate market and economic highlights to eye for this week. PC inflation data, Fed FOMC minutes, Nvidia earnings, Trump tariffs update. We have to be careful because we are expecting a roller coaster type of movement to play out. So please guys, I want you to be responsible and trade accordingly because market is expected to be very volatile. So before diving into the price action, I just want to give you a quick overview on crypto market cap, because if you look at the total crypto market cap, it sits around $3.4 trillion with a volume of around $106 billion. If you look at this graph, if you look at the market cap, it is clearly declining. So what does this mean? Maybe before we see an actual breakout in crypto market cap, first there could be some more consolidation phase, some more ups and downs, and only after that we will see a breakout that we've been waiting since couple of weeks. I mean, we were aware Bitcoin was following this bullish continuation pattern known as falling wedge, and we are aware falling wedge is a bullish continuation pattern. And in our case, after breaking out of the upper trend line from this falling wedge, you can see the price of Bitcoin started breaking out. And now if we look at this price action carefully, this is in a weekly time frame, Bitcoin has somehow managed to break out of the previous high, right? And now we are trying to remain above it. So what does this mean? Breaking out of previous high, flipping that into support usually gives us a buying opportunity. And in our case, since the price is doing its absolute best to hold this candle, the weekly candle above this trend line, please be aware, even if it fails, right? Even if it fails and price instead of a bullish break shows a continuation in this manner and drops below 100,000, I just want you guys to be aware in that case. This pullback here could be just a temporary pullback in my opinion, because I am actually expecting a blow off top type of scenario to play out here in price action of Bitcoin. So for that, the uptrend must continue. And now beside the weekly candle, even in a daily time frame, you can see Bitcoin has clearly broken out from this right angle descending broadening wedge, another bullish continuation pattern. And if you look at this price action carefully, the line which previously rejected us, that's the area where we are holding at the moment. So what does this mean? Flipping previous resistance into support is definitely considered bullish. So in the medium short term, we just need the price of Bitcoin to remain above 106, 107,000. Remaining above that range means we are expecting after some sideways this bullishness to continue. And even if it fakes out, even if the price shows a continuation in this manner, I have been very clear with you guys, we have extremely important support above 90,000. So any sort of a bigger shakeout could be giving us a great buying opportunity, because according to this right angle ascending broadening wedge pattern, if we look at the price objective, you can see we are expecting this bullishness to continue at least around 130, 140,000 range. Yes guys, 130, 140,000 will be looked as our upcoming target from this right angle descending broadening wedge. And now, not solely right angle descending broadening wedge, simply zooming out this price action, you can see in a weekly, this also looks like a bullish continuation pattern, ascending triangle. In the past price action, whenever the price of Bitcoin broke out from this upper trend line, right, after finding support at this rising trend line, it resulted in a very bullish move. Each and every time whenever we broke out of this horizontal trend line, when we found support at this rising trend line, right, it has resulted in a very bullish move. So in our case, we found support at this rising trend line, which resulted in a very nice bounce. So if you look at this price action carefully in a weekly, we are clearly above the previous body close. So if we manage to remain above 106, 107,000 here in the medium short term, we are expecting this bullishness to continue. And even if it fails, please do not panic. I've been very clear with you guys, that could be just a temporary pullback. Bitcoin testing some key line before breaking out, because the reason why we are expecting price of Bitcoin to continue with this uptrend is because we know Bitcoin has formed a very strong support above 90,000. Any sort of a pullback, that's why it could be giving us a buying opportunity. And in the medium short term, beside the support from this horizontal trend line here, right, we also have support from this rising trend line. If you monitor this rising trend line carefully, this rising trend line has been looked as a very, very important support. Each and every test around this rising trend line resulted in a bullish continuation, higher highs, higher lows continuation pattern type of formation. So if you look at this carefully, you can see the daily is clearly above this rising trend line. So in the medium short term, this rising trend line will be acting as additional support for Bitcoin. But failing to hold this trend line means a free fall. Please be aware, Bitcoin, once it loses the support around 100,000, we could see a free fall type of formation. Bitcoin coming for a retest in between 95,000, consolidate around that area for a while before expecting a bullish move in this manner, because we are aware, guys, breaking out of previous high. The reason why I showed you, once this previous high gets flipped into proper support, price remains above 106, 107,000, we are expecting this bullishness to continue. That's what I showed you with these examples, right? But if you look at this carefully, this Livermore pivotal point theory, right, you can see breaking out of the previous high, flipping that into support is going to give us a buying opportunity. So rejection after breaking the previous high and price consolidating around the previous high is very, very normal. So what I'm trying to pinpoint here with this example is that please do not panic. We have extremely important support lying for Bitcoin. So any sort of a pullback, but Bitcoin still remains above 90,000 in the bigger picture, could be just a temporary pullback, which could be giving us a buying opportunity, and price of Bitcoin after that is expected to show a move in this manner, a blow of top type of formation, because we are aware, according to our leading indicator, Bitcoin, not just only for the month of May, even for the month of June, is expected to be bullish. Yes, guys, simply closing the candle above 90,000 means even the month of June is expected to be bullish. So any sort of a pullback, now this R1 line or 102,000 will be acting as support, and even in the worst case, you can see the CPR will be acting as support, which will be above 90,000. Yes, guys, yes, this CPR trend line will be looked as one of the most important support for Bitcoin, which is going to hold us above 90,000. So even in a bigger picture, simply closing the candle above 90,000 is going to form an ascending CPR for the month of June, right? I mean, we will see a similar CPR, but somewhere around this price range, which is going to be looked as an ascending CPR. And we know ascending CPR only gets formed when the price is preparing itself for a new uptrend. I mean, just like here, you can see descending CPR, but once the price started forming an ascending CPR, you can see what happened with price action. Bitcoin after that turned very, very bullish. Once the price started forming descending CPR, price of Bitcoin also started with a downtrend. But in our case, this May month CPR, this CPR started forming an ascending CPR. Now a continuation is expected. Higher highs, higher lows continuation is expected. That's why I'm expecting a blow off top type of scenario to play out, which will result in furthermore bullishness even for the month of June. And now let me also show you why the price of Bitcoin in the medium short term has a strong support above 90,000. I just showed you the best support will be the CPR support, right? Another support will be from this rising trend line, this blue trend line, and now you can see with the help of this Bollinger Band, even the central line and the bottom line will be acting as support for Bitcoin. And if you look at this Bollinger Band carefully, it looks like forming a squeeze. A squeeze in Bollinger Band usually indicates incoming volatility. So that's why please be aware. We are aware the upcoming event, the economic highlights to watch out for this week, along with this Bollinger Band, clearly shows volatility. So that's why we have to be prepared. Bitcoin could come back to test some key line of support around 95,000. This is very normal. But after that, I'm expecting a continuation like this to play out, because along with the support from this Bollinger Band, we also have support from this Williams Alligator indicator. I mean, each and every pullback around this Williams Alligator during uptrend, it shows a reversal in this manner. So since this is also a bullish cross, green line appearing at the top, blue line at the bottom, any sort of a pullback, this trend line will be holding us above 90,000. So you can see we have so many support, strong support for Bitcoin above 90,000. So in case of a bigger shakeout, if you simply zoom out, that could be a buying opportunity. So guys, these were some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed my work, then please do not hesitate to destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. And by saying this, I'm signing out until next time. Bye bye.